Okay, in this lecture, we are going to study the different permissible values of strength for bolts and plates. In the last lecture, we have studied different types of terminologies in the bolted connection. So, for design of the bolted connection, some partial safety factors are also used. These partial safety factors depends on types of bolts. So we are going to study different types of grades of bolts, and depending on that, what are the values of FYB and FUB. So values for bolts of different grades. First grade of bolt is grade 4.6, second grade of bolt is 4.8, third grade of bolt is 5.6, and fourth grade of bolt is 5.8. We have already studied in the last lecture that how to calculate FYB and FUB. What is FYB and FUB? FYB is nothing but the yield stress of the bolt, and FUB is the ultimate stress of the bolt. So for grade 4.6 of bolt, FYB value is 240 Newton per mm square and FUB is 400 Newton per mm square. And grade 4.8 is FYB is 320 Newton per mm square and FUB is 420 Newton per mm square. For grade 5.6, the value of yield stress of the bolt is 300 Newton per mm square and FUB ultimate stress of bolt is 500 Newton per mm square. And last one for the grade 5.8, FYB value is 400 Newton per mm square and FUB value is 520 Newton per mm square. So let's state different FU, that means yield stress and ultimate stress values for the plates, different types of grades. So values for plates and sections. So if your plate having grade FE410 or E250 means for FE415 grade of plate, its modulus of elasticity is 250 Newton per mm square. So its FU value is 410 and FI value is 250. These two values are in Newton per mm square. Second, if your plate having the grade FE440, its modulus of elasticity value is 300 Newton per mm square. Then FU value is 440 Newton per mm square and FI value is 300 Newton per mm square. Similarly, for FE490, its modulus of elasticity is 350 and FU value is 490, that is the grade of the plate, and E350, that is the yield stress of that plate, Newton per mm square. If your grade of plate is FE540, its modulus of elasticity is 410. Modulus of elasticity indicates yield stress of the plate and grade of the plate indicates ultimate stress of the plate. And last one is the last grade of the plate is FE590. Its modulus of elasticity is E450. So FU value is 590 in Newton per mm square and FI value is 450 in Newton per mm square. So again, let's see what are the initials. The main important point is notations of the ultimate stress and yield stress of the bolts and plates. If you are going to mention ultimate stress of the bolt, then it is mentioned as, or it is denoted as FUB. If you are going to mention yield stress of the bolt, then yield stress of the bolt is denoted by FYB. And FU means ultimate stress of the plate and FY means yield stress of the plate. So these are the notations meaning. So keeping in mind this, FUB, to represent the ultimate tensile stress of bolt, you should use designation FUB. And if you are going to note down the yield stress of bolt, then you should note down FYB. Again, for FU, that means ultimate stress of the plate and FI is yield stress of the plate. So these are the few grades of the plate, and depending on grades of the plate and bolts, there are different values of ultimate stress and yield stress of the bolts and plates both. So next point we are going to study that different factors, partial factors to be used and their values. So already we have studied in the design, whatever you are going to design, some partial factor you have to assume for its safety purpose. That partial factor gives you some additional safety towards the load, okay, to sustain the extra load. So these partial safety factors are also used in the design of the your RCC construction. Similarly, this is the construction of the steel structure. So in steel structure, especially in bolted structure also, there are different partial factors are used. So these are the in this table, partial safety factors with their description is given. So first notation is given as gamma MO, which has a meaning that residential governed by yielding or buckling. That means if you are design any connection for yielding or buckling, then its partial safety factor is denoted by gamma MO and its value is 1.1. So for if you are going to design for yielding and buckling, then you should use partial safety factor as a 1.1. Next partial safety factor is gamma ML, or you can pronounce gamma ML or 1. Its meaning is resident governed by ultimate stress and its value is 1.25. While designing, if you are designing for the ultimate stress, then you are going to use the gamma M1 value. Its value is 1.25. Second one is gamma MV, and third one is also gamma MB, but there is a difference. That is, if gamma MB is nothing but the bolt bearing type resistance. If you are going to use bolts for the connection and that bolts are bearing type of, then you can use the partial safety factors. Again, it depends on where you are going to connect the bolt. That means on which location you are going to connect the bolts. Whether you are going to connect the bolts on the shop or in a workshop, and or whether you are going to connect the bolts in the field, actual field. So its partial safety factors same, but in the welded connection these partial safety factors are different. So in bolted connection, whether your bolt connection is shop weld or field weld, its value is same, 1.25, 1.25. And last one partial safety factor is depend on limit state of strength, denoted by gamma S. Limit state of strength means when you are going to use different types of loads in combination, there are two main types of loads, dead load and live load. So for these type of loads, partial safety factors value is 1.5. Already in the design, in the first chapter, we have used partial safety factor 1.5 for the design purpose. Okay. So in this lecture we have studied partial safety factors 2. So next topic is area of cross section of bolts. So while designing the bolted connection, designing of the bolted connection means we have to calculate the number of bolts, pitch, edge distance, gauge distance. Already we have studied these terminologies in the last lecture. So to calculate these all the terminologies, we should know what are the different area of cross section of the bolts and how we have to calculate. So this is the diagram of the bolt. So this portion is head, this plain portion is shank, and this zigzag portion is threads. Single thread is known as pitch. Total length of the pitch, that means if we accumulate all the pitches, then it forms threads, or we can call it as threaded length. This is the diameter of the bolt, which is measured at the shank portion, not at head portion. So this is the total length of the bolt measured from bottom of the head to the bottom of the shank. So what is ASB? ASB is nothing but the nominal plane shank area of bolt, which is calculated as pi by 4 d square. That means it is nothing but the cross sectional area of the bolt. D is nothing but the diameter of the bolt. D means not diameter of the head. D means diameter of the shank area. Okay, this is the first terminologies of the area of cross section of bolt. ASB. ASB is nothing but the nominal plane shank area. Shank area. S represents shank area. B represents of bolt. So keep in mind ASB, long form of ASB, nominal plane shank area of bolt, which is calculated by the formula simple. Area of the circle, that is pi by 4 into d square, because our bolt is circular type, its shank is circular type, that's why its cross sectional area is pi by 4 into d square. Next terminologies in the calculation of cross sectional of area is D naught. D naught is nothing but the diameter of bolt hole. Again, D is the diameter of the bolt. Okay, suppose this is bolt. So this is the diameter of the bolt, which is denoted by small d. And if this is plate, and plate having the hole in which you are going to insert your bolts. So these diameter hole or this is the hole having diameter D naught. So this is D and this is D naught. So diameter of the bolt hole. So next area of cross sectional is ANB. N means net shear area and B means for bolts. So ANB means net shear area of threads. That means it is the cross sectional area of the bolts at the thread portion. And how we can calculate? ANB can be calculated from ASB. ASB is nothing but the shank area of the bolt. So ANB is 0.78 times of ASB. So what is the ASB? What is the formula of ASB? Pi by 4 into D naught square. Here again in this formula it is taken D naught square. D naught means diameter of the bolt hole. So we have to take D naught to calculate ASB, not D. Okay, we have to take diameter of the bolt hole, not diameter of the bolt. So how we can calculate ANB? ANB can be calculated by the formula 0.78 into pi by 4 into D naught square. Okay. Next our topic is nominal size of bolt, that is D, and diameter of bolt. So depending upon as you are going to connect the bolts, so if bolt size and bolt hole size is same, then we cannot fix the bolt perfectly in that type of hole. So the bolt hole size should be sufficiently more enough so that our bolt can be inserted into the bolt hole and can be fixed tightly. It should not going to be loose or it should not going to be very pack. So that's why there is a term included, that is nominal size of bolt D and diameter of bolt hole D naught. So D and D naught depends on D. So first one, if D is nothing but the diameter of the bolt, if your diameter of the bolt is 12, then your diameter of the hole, bolt hole should be 13 mm. ओके, म्हणजे 12 mm चा जर तुम्ही बोल्ट यूज करणार असेल तर तुम्हाला जो इन्सर्ट करायचा आहे बोल्ट होल मध्ये, तर तो त्या बोल्ट होलचा डायमीटर किती असायला पाहिजे? 13 mm कमीत कमी असायला पाहिजे. दॅट मीन्स द क्लिअरन्स इज 1 mm. सो क्लिअरन्स मीन्स डिफरन्स बिटवीन द डायमीटर ऑफ द बोल्ट होल अँड diameter of the bolt. So there should be 1 mm or 1 unit clearance in between D and D naught. If your diameter of the bolt is 14, then your diameter of the bolt hole should be 15 mm. So this is the nominal size of the bolt increased by 1 for the diameter 12 and 14. Increased by 2, when clearance is increased by 2 units, when your diameter of the bolt ranges from 16 to 24. That means if your diameter of the bolt is 16, 20, 22 and 24 mm, then corresponding bolt hole sizes should be 18, 22, 24 and 26 mm. Next and last one, if your diameter of the bolt is 30 mm, then your clearance should be increased by 3 unit, maybe mm. Okay, it's mm. So your size of the bolt hole should be 33 mm for proper insertion of the bolt into the bolt hole and for proper connection. This is the table which gives D and D0 values for different types of diameter of the bolts. So next, in the next chapter, we are going to study the different failure modes of the bolted connection or joint.